Good morning, babies, and welcome to Simply Stacy, where the joy of the Lord is our strength. Well, the holiday seasons are over. I pray that everybody had a good time, did what you want to do, enjoyed yourself. But I'm here to tell you that yes, it's a new year. But even though the new year already technically already has started for us as believers, but a lot of people don't know that, but that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, just want to say good morning to you babies this morning. uh, Talk to you about fasting and prayer because this is going to be a time and a season for refreshing, renewal, revelation knowledge this year. Are you ready? Are you ready? God is doing some things in our lives right now, and people always talk about shifting and changing, and that's always an occurrence in our lives as people. You know, some of you that's older, you can look at your life and see that where you don't shift and change continuously all throughout your life. There's been a shift and a change and a shift and a change. But are you prepared for the shifts and the change? A lot of people are not prepared. There's a lot of things going on in your individual life that you may look at right now like, Lord, what in the world is going on with my life right now? You may seem like you're off focus, things ain't flowing the way you want them to flow. You know, God is exposing things to you. You don't realize that it's exposure. Some things that you're saying that's the devil really is God opening your eyes to certain things and situations. You know, God is pulling you out of some things. Don't go back because when you are comfortable and you are familiar with certain things and certain people and certain atmospheres, you don't want to leave. You know, some of you, God is pulling you out of these certain churches that you've been in. You know, and you don't know what to do. You feel lost because that was your church family. Some of you, God is separating you from your own bloodline family. You don't know what to do because you've been so close with them, and you just feel like you're in a time of isolation. You're like, Lord, what is going on? I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I have nobody. But in the midst of the isolation that you feel, in the midst of you feeling like you're alone, you are not alone. God is with you. And in this season, see, God is putting you in this cocoon and putting you by yourself because he wants time with you. So will you allow God to have time with you? Will you fast, pray, and get in your word and seek him like never before? Or will you give into the frustration of feeling lonely, of feeling the separation, of feeling, you know how they say you got growing pains? That's basically what it is. You know, feeling like you're separated, you're feeling, like you're alone, you're feeling frustrated, you don't know what's going on. This is part of the growth and development that is happening in your life. Now, if you kick and you scream and you continue to want to stay with the familiar and you're not willing to allow God to grow you, expand you, pull you in the new direction that he wants to take you in, you're not going to grow. You're going to become stuck like the children in the wilderness where you keep going around the same thing because you're frustrated because you really don't understand what's going on. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of clarity of what's going on with your life right now. I hope I'm explaining it good. I hope you can understand me. But some people, this is where you're at right now, and you feel lost. You feel lost. Like, Lord, what is going on with my life? I done did XYZ, but I'm here. I done did ABC, but I'm here. I shouldn't be in this situation. I felt like I should have been further in my life. I feel like I should have been in another place in my life. But God got you right here at this moment in this time. And there's a lesson to be learned where you are right now. Will you learn that lesson? Will you be still enough? Will you seek God enough to understand what he's trying to teach you? I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of times, different seasons in my life, I put it like that. Different seasons in my life, God has did things where he separated me from people, places, and things. And at the time, I didn't understand what was going on. To see my life was just like, oh, Lord, what is going on? And I didn't know what was going on. But as I kept being still, I kept seeking God. After a while, day after day, he began to reveal to me. Things started happening. I was like, okay, Lord, this is why this happened. This is why I'm here in this place right now. This is why I was separated from these people. This is why you pulled me out of this situation. This is why you moved me away from this church because you wanted me to grow. And I've learned that if I didn't let go of those people, places, and things, I wouldn't be where I'm at right today. I wouldn't have the revelation and the understanding that I have of God right now. I wouldn't have the growth that I have in my life right now if I didn't allow God to do what he wanted to do in my life in those seasons. If I kicked and kept, because some people, what you do is when you in that season that God is bringing separation between people, places, and things with you, a lot of people go back. They go back. They run back. They can't leave because they feel the uncomfortableness. They feel uncomfortable. They don't know what to do. So they just run back because it's familiar. I'm sorry, you're hearing the washer there, washer in the background. I'm sorry, it may be annoying. I'm sorry. I don't want to move because if I stop this video, I'm not going to be able to go back and continue. I'm not computer savvy like that to do that yet. It's probably a way I can do it, but I haven't learned it yet, so I got to figure that out. So I'm sorry that you hear the washing machine in the back. But there's times that we have to realize that God is doing this thing in our lives because he wants us to grow. He wants us to develop. He don't want you to run back. You know, like the children in the wilderness, when they got out there in the wilderness, they felt like God brought them out there to die. They kept murmuring and complaining. And God killed off a whole generation of people because they were stuck back there in Egypt. They didn't want to come out of Egypt. They felt like they was doing better in Egypt. And you hear people say it when they get saved. I was doing better when I was unsaved. Baby, this is just a battle when you take God. It's a battle. It's warfare. The enemy wants you to run back to the familiar, where you really are being destroyed. But you thought it was better because over here, it's like the enemy squeezing up on you, squeezing up on you, squeezing up on you. Because he wants you to run back to him. He wants you to run back to the familiar. He wants you to run back to that is really destroying you. That's not going to help you get anywhere. So, babies, just in this season right now, it's a new year according on to our calendar now. It's a new year. In this new year, God wants to refresh you. He wants to renew you. He wants to give you understanding like never before because he wants you to grow like never before. And some of you been crying out, God, I feel stuck. I want to grow. I want to know more of you. I want to get closer to you. Well, this is the time. This is the time to press in like never before. Do it now. Do it now. Because God is opening up your eyes to so many different things. Some things that you thought in 2017 that you thought was true and real, that you realized in 2018, like, no, that was wrong. It wasn't the way I thought it was supposed to be. So in 2019, it's going to be some more of that to a greater level. To a greater level. But you have to be willing to accept what God does in your life right now. Even though you may be frustrated, even though you may feel lonely, even though you may feel like you're isolated, you're not. It's a season that God wants you with him. He wants to deal with you. He wants to talk to you. He wants you to understand him like never before. Because of the stuff that's going on in this world right now, that most people are looking at, they call good evil and evil good. And most people can't discern that. Most people can't discern that. So some of you that are feeling isolated and feel like you're alone, God is trying to get you in the spirit realm enough so that you will know good from evil. That you won't call good evil and evil good. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people out here with these blinders on, but God don't want his people to be blind. He wants you to be like the tribe of Issachar. He wants you to be able to discern the times and the seasons. A lot of people can't discern the times and the seasons. He wants you to be able to discern the times and the seasons. He wants you to. Babies, I love you, and so does God. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Pray, fast, press in like never before. And knowing that God is with you. You are not isolated. You are not alone. He is with you. He's trying to teach you something. Stay teachable. Keep your spirit open to the spirit of the living God so it can do what it want to do with you and in you and through you. Smooches, sugar woogers, love you.